trying little.
Yoga.
Say twice or for the 100th time what you've or how much you've taken from us. I think you know that. But I hope you go to God with all the guilt, all the bad things you may have done in the past. Each and every one of us may have done something that we're not supposed to do. If you truly are sorry, I know I can speak for myself. I forgive you, and I know if you go to God and ask Him, He will forgive you. And I don't think anyone could say it. Again, I'm speaking for myself, not even behalf of my family. But I love you just like anyone else. And I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you, because I know that's exactly what both of them would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ. I'm not going to say anything else. I think giving your life to Christ would be the best thing that both of them would want you to do. Again, I love you as a person. And I don't wish anything bad on you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please? Yes.
Now, with this video, I wanted to play the video so you could see for yourself. This took everything out of me. I would not have been shocked if she never went to trial. I would not have been shocked if she was sentenced to no time in prison. But what shocked me the most was the reaction of the family. This really just took away any anger that I had about the 10 years. It just took everything out of me. And the only thing that I could say is if you like it, I love it. That's the only thing that I can say concerning this situation, because you have a murderer. It doesn't matter if it was an accident or not. If someone is speeding way over the speed limit and hits a child, that person's going to jail. If a person has a gun and accidentally shoots someone, they're going to jail. It doesn't matter what your intent was, as we have seen in many cases. There are so many Black people in jail who said it was never their intent for something to happen or something to go down. There was a case that still is in the back of my mind about a Black woman who was being beaten. She could have been beat to death. She took the gun. She didn't point it at the man. She pointed it in the air to scare him away, and she was put in prison. And I know a lot of people are looking at the brother and saying that, you never know how people grieve. You do know how people grieve. People don't grieve like this. And there are so many people who are Caucasian who have said, "You're better than me. There's no way that someone could kill my family member and me have that kind of forgiveness, compassion, love, and to hug you." There's also a lot of Black people who are saying that too. I'm not trying to act like everyone is like this. It's not. It's a segment of our community that is like it, and it's too many people who are a part of that segment. This is why we are headed toward having zero wealth and being a permanent underclass, because we seem not to get it through our thick skulls. You are absolving your enemy of everything that they've done and what they owe you. So that means you stay in the position that you're in when you give this kind of forgiveness, and you can't even forgive your own or your family member for some bullshit that you can't even remember what they've done. But you have people like Botham's brother. I don't know his name. I don't care. And I don't care who takes offense to me talking about him just because he is the brother of the victim. I don't give a fuck. This boy should have never been put up there. He should have never been allowed to speak. And when he did say that bullshit, one of his family members should have got him by his tie and yanked him off that damn stand. You do not do this in open court. You do not do this in front of your enemy. You do not do this in front of cameras. This is sending a message to the whole world. And look, a dark-skinned Black male with glasses bear hugging a murderer white female. The bitch can kill you. She can send you to prison on lies. And regardless of that, her tears will make you forgive her. What about your family member? That shows such disrespect. What about justice for him? If you really fucking love someone, you'll let them deal with the consequences of their actions so they know not to do it again, or they know the severity of it. Nowhere, and I want people to understand this, nowhere in the biblical text does it tell you to absolve people from their responsibility. And a sign of forgiveness is not letting people off the hook. A sign of forgiveness is someone repentant for their actions, meaning they'll never do it again, meaning they are apologetic, and meaning they show that they are repentant for their actions by either facing the consequences or making restitution. And this is what I talk about with reparations. There will be no forgiveness, and they do not get off scot-free, because if they really were sorry, they would do as the biblical texts tell them and pay restitution to the wronged party. Period. You Christians who are out here high-fiving this and saying this is a beautiful thing, why don't you dust off that Bible, first of all, then open it up and actually read it for yourself. What it takes to prove by the order of the Most High God, what it takes to prove when you are really sorry and you really want to show someone that you are. This is not a display of forgiveness, and this is not a display of strength from this young man. This is a display of brainwashing. This is a display of Christianity. This is a display of what white Jesus does to you, along with other religions. And this is a display of weakness. This is a display of lack of manhood. This is a display of lack of strength, lack of resolve, lack of discernment. There are consequences for children disobeying you, but you don't want consequences for a murderer, regardless of accident or not. They took somebody's life. There has to be restitution for that. And he doesn't even want her to pay restitution as it speaks of in the biblical text. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in the Bible. This is a sickness in you. And it says that nothing that is done under the sun today is new. And this is something that has happened before. You love your enemy more than you love yourself, more than you claim to love God, more than you love your own people. You have no self-respect. You have no respect for the Bible and the biblical text. You have no respect for God. You're lawless. The Most High God never told you to hug your enemy in open court and to ask that they do not get consequences and pay restitution for their act. Because if it was your black ass that went into the wrong apartment and shot somebody, you would get more than 99 years. And this would be listed as one of the most heinous crimes of this time. I cannot tell you how nauseating and how embarrassing and how disgraceful this showing was from the judge, the bailiff, and the family of the deceased. Do you see, because of this religion, that they put this woman before their deceased family member? They care more about her than their brother. They care more about her than their son. If this does not wake people up to depart from this wicked religion, I don't know what else can be done. I feel like this is a warning and an alert to us as a people that we need to wake the hell up, and we really need to separate ourselves from this, or else we're lost forever. And it says that we would be utterly defeated. And this is a perfect example of us being defeated. This is a declaration of us being defeated if this is what our males will do, and not all. And for this to be put on display, for him to not even have a second thought of how this could be twisted or how this would be seen. I don't think that I have enough time to express the disdain for this moment happening. This should have never happened. Never happened. This is so embarrassing. To see this, to have this happen and have it spread around the world is so embarrassing. And it has nothing to do with the biblical text.